Welcome to your week. It's so bad, it's good. It's the pop culture roundup that you all know and love with our very favorite person. You might know her from the podcast So True with Sophie Ross, which I need you to go subscribe to today and leave a 5-star review. You also might know her for her Substack, sophieross.substack.com, a fascinating article about Kanye West and Emily Ratajkowski. I can never say that name right. But anyways, there is plenty to go support, but there's also plenty of pop culture to dig into. So we're just going to hop right in. Sophie, how are you doing today?
Good. And guys, I'm using this is a MacBook Air from 2017. And it's just like, it's not great. So I'm sorry if the connection, if I like,
I don't, but it's perfect now. Like it was before, like it's perfect. 2017 though, that seems like so long ago, technology wise.
Isn't that crazy? Like it wasn't that long ago, but it like was at the same time.
And at the same time, we're about to potentially lose Twitter after Elon Musk just took it over last week. I wanted to get your thoughts on that. But at first, I guess we've got to start where, this is actually tragic news, but it kind of just ties in with so much pop culture. Aaron Carter has passed away at the age of 34, I believe. And he was found unresponsive in his bathtub. This is something that's like so surprising and sad, but at the same time, not surprising, if that makes sense. Did you have a connection with Aaron Carter in any way? Like everybody loved him.
I had some friends that were like obsessed with him back in the day. I was never like, oh my God, I like am obsessed with Aaron Carter. But it did feel very, very, very shocking and sad. And like you said, at the same time, it's like we knew he was very troubled the past few years. So yeah, it's just really sad. He was only 32?
34, like, and he had a family, he had a son he's leaving behind. And then of course, like Nick Carter, his brother, which he obviously had a very tough relationship with, he's making a statement. Hillary Duff, this was her boyfriend when she was a young girl, and he was on Lizzie McGuire with her, I believe. And she wrote, "For Aaron, I'm deeply sorry that life was so hard for you and that you had to struggle in front of the whole world. You had a charm that was absolutely effervescent. Boy, did my teenage self love you deeply. Sending love to your family at this time. Rest easy." And that's from Hillary Duff. But it's like there's that certain pop culture time, especially for young women, that Aaron's party made young girls like freak out.
And I want candy.
Candy, yes. That's right. Like there are those good moments, and that's what sucks about pop culture is when you see somebody take that turn, and we saw him he was getting into face tattooing. He was like a Xanax addict. There was a lot of things happening, and he would, Laguna Beach, Kelly Williams, right? Beyond the Blinds with her and Troy.
Yes.
You should have her on your show, by the way. She's awesome. But I thought about her first because she used to always talk about going, because Aaron Carter would do these live Instagrams or go live, and it would just be the wildest crap. And I thought about Kelly the first because I was like, oh, Kelly would sometimes make not fun of it, but kind of laugh about it. And she was addicted to watching his lives. And I reached out to her first because I thought about her, and she was just really sad. And I just thought, man, this has got to affect so many people, even though it's not completely surprising.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. It's like a life cut short. And, it's never too late to turn your life around. And I think that a lot of people were, just hoping for the best with Aaron Carter. And it sucks that, he's never going to get that moment to turn his life around. There's so many things. It's just so sad. He's only 34.
Did you Matthew Perry's new autobiography came out this past week from Friends? And I was talking about watching the Diane Sawyer interview, and this dude spent $9 million on sobriety. He's been in and out of 20 rehabs. And you're like, oh, and he says he's beaten it at this point, but it never goes away. And I was watching this Diane Sawyer interview with Matthew Perry, and I got scared because I'm like, okay, he says he's good now, but then at the same time, it's one of those people that you hope you're not, you hope you don't get that TMZ alert about Matthew Perry one day, if that makes sense.
Right. And also, apparently, I haven't read Matthew Perry's book, and I haven't listened to there's a podcast called Celebrity Memoir Book Club, and they basically.
Oh, yeah, I love them. Yes, I love those girls. Yeah.
Yeah, Claire and Ashley, they read celebrity memoirs, so you don't have to. They summarize every chapter. So I've been meaning to listen to that, but so far from what I've heard about Matthew Perry's memoir is that he kind of just sucks.
Oh, whoa, out of the gate, hot take. Wait, because he kind of was full of himself, or what? What does he suck?
He apparently, first of all, he said that thing about Keanu Reeves.
That was why. Actually, explain what he said. That was wild. That was really messed up.
He was like, why did someone have to go?
Why did River Phoenix have to go? One of the best actors of our generation.
Why did someone like River Phoenix have to be taken away from us? And someone like Keanu Reeves is still walking this earth. Like something where he basically was.
Yes, no, you're right. Like he said that exactly. And he actually said, I'm so sorry in retrospect. I didn't mean it. I just chose his name out of a hat, which is kind of a feeble excuse. It's
so stupid. It's like, have you not been paying attention to pop culture at all? That like everyone loves Keanu Reeves now and that he's like a great guy.
What a weird hill to die. Like, what a weird thing to say. Weird. Like, you can also say that you just want River Phoenix alive without saying that you want Keanu Reeves dead.
Right, exactly. It was just like bizarre. And he also was like, I tried to sleep with Jennifer Aniston 25 times and she rejected me every time. It's like, okay. Like he really sounds like such a douche. It's like I need to listen to the Celebrity Memoir book club.
I'm going to actually listen to somebody bought me the book actually because I was talking about it. I'm fascinated with that. The Diane Sawyer interview was it stayed with me all week. But you're right. Comments like those don't do somebody any favors, especially when they're in recovery. It's like one of the things with pop culture though. It's like we can say the wrong thing at the wrong time, but I just can't believe that it managed to go through all of those edits. As a writer, it takes there was not one editor saying you might want to pull this Keanu Reeves quote out of the book.
Right. It's so weird. So yeah, apparently he just doesn't sound likable or nice at all.
In sports news, Sophie should be happy today because Joe Burrow, Bengals pulled it out, you guys. They won, and supposedly his girlfriend brought out the Joe Burrow beer koozie, you guys. I looked this up just for Sophie. The beer koozie brings good luck, supposedly, and they won today. So it's very exciting.
Oh my God, good job. I'm so proud of you.
I was really, I kind of look for Sophie's validation a lot. So this was like something that I really wanted her to congratulate me on. But in other huge sports, do you say thank you? You're going to tell me my mustache looks great next.
Your mustache does look great. Everyone, if you're not watching this right now, his mustache looks fucking awesome.
Yay! Okay. In other sporting news, this is huge. Today at a football game, Carl Radke, Lindsey Hubbard, Luke Gulbranson, and Ashley Darby all watched a football game together. Are you seeing this romance blossom between Ashley
what
and
game
Luke?
Was it again? I saw the four of them together, but I wasn't like
I was kind of hoping you would know that.
No, I didn't put the context clues together. So
it's a big NFL team. It's an NFL team, but they all went together.
You guys, it's some like sports team. Some sports team.
It's a
sports team.
We can assure you it's a football team.
Yeah, but dude, I promise you it's a sports team.
This is hot and heavy. Like BravoCon, they were holding hands and then they were on Watch What Happens Live. Luke says, yeah, I've been FaceTiming with her. And Andy goes, do you have any plans to meet her soon? And he goes, yeah, I do have some plans. And then cut to Bravo and Cocktails or Dumois or somebody has like pictures of them holding hands at a bar. And then like, could you imagine we get Luke back on Summer House and then Ashley Darby's in the Summer House and gets into a fight with Paige? Like my imagination is just going full speed.
I'm so rooting for them. Like I am just hardcore rooting for Lashley. Like, what are we calling
Luke? Well, you don't want Darby, but I was like Lou Arby's.
Yeah, I was about to do something with Darby, and it's like we can't really use Darby.
And by the way, did you think of this? Ashley Darby has a pop song, the coffee and tea song or whatever, and Luke has suit and tie. What if we masked them up like
coffee,
suit and tie? Here's a bag.
I forget.
They make music together.
Coffee and love. I forget how Coffee and Love goes. But
it rise and fall.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, but imagine that with
tie. Hair pushed back drives me wild. loud.
Can you imagine him bringing his indie sensibility, his country western vibes to her hip hop R&B sensibility? I think, but also it's going so fast, Sophie, that I'm scared. Like I'm scared that it's going. I'm scared they'll be like married and divorced by the end of the week.
Okay.
Like I'm scared. I'm scared Luke's gonna like, like because we're coming off of Winter House where he gave the, he didn't read the context clues about not giving Crypto Lindsay the massage. And I just hope that they look like they're really cute together. And I want a win for Luke so bad. I want Luke to win.
Me too. No, me too. Absolutely. I'm with you. I'm really, really, really rooting for these two. And talk about like an upgrade. Like just a grow up. Like you can't do better than that. From literally the most disgusting man on Bravo, hands down, to arguably the hottest guy on Bravo. Like, go Ashley. I'm just loving this. And like a lot of my Twitter followers said, ready for Luke's stepdad era.
Oh, could you, by the way, imagine him teaching Michael Darby's kids how to tap trees for maple syrup and build igloos and stuff. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yes, this is what we deserve. This is the Bravo crossover couple we deserve, not Craig and Paige.
That's what I was saying. Because Paige and Craig truly are narcissists. I'm sorry if Paige and Craig are listening.
They are.
Luke and Ashley seem like really nice, genuine people. Like Luke is coming off like a bad thing of not being able to read context clues from females, but I still think Luke has one of the best hearts on Bravo. Yep. He's just, like, and by the way, like, you're obviously watching Winter House. It is still,
oh my God.
This Corey guy, Craig's frat dude with the pearl necklace, you guys, he's doing like 1990s, like The Game, like how to like neg women. And he's like, it's working on Crypto Lindsay.
It's working on her. Oh my God. He's so embarrassing. Why does he act like he's so hot? He's like, you see guys like Luke and Jason, good looking guys. They have no game. It's like, do the opposite of what Luke and Jason are doing. Be a Corey. Like, shut the fuck up.
Remember that VH1 show with the guy that wore like the cat in a hat, like, and he would tell people like the rules, and it was always like, tell a girl she's ugly, and then and we're seeing this play out on Winter House, and and Kyle Cook even said, this is an obvious strategy. He said this on Watch What Happens Live. He goes, yeah, this is an obvious strategy. He didn't think of anything new, but he's literally doing this and it's working. And that's what's frustrating to me.
Well, I also think it's not like Crypto Lindsay is some like prize. I know the way she talks about herself.
She talks about herself like she's the most beautiful girl. She's like, very pretty. She
is. Like, she's objectively a conventionally attractive blonde, top blonde. Yes. But the way that she talks about how I don't get along with women, I get along with men. Women are usually like intimidated by me because I'm pretty. And men are usually sexually attracted to me. So, I flirt with them if I want them to like me. So it's like, first of all, you're that kind of girl that's like, women just don't like me because I'm like too hot. Major red flag. Second of all,
this is great. Actually, these are good notes.
Second of all, she's talking about flirting with guys to get their, platonic friendship. It's like, maybe that's why Luke was confused. Like, I don't know. Either way, not feeling Crypto Lindsay. I think that she is a little too full of herself for my.
But I would also like to then point my air at Corey. Like, Crypto Lindsay is whatever, but Corey, that's true douchebaggery at work. And I feel like we shouldn't even like Crypto Lindsay, whatever. I feel like we always blame women though. Let's go hard on Pearl Jam Corey. Let's go hard on that dude. Like, that shit ain't right. Like, if you like somebody, like them. Don't like neg them around and say like, totally. you smell like farts, Crypto Lindsay,
Totally agree with you. The negging is not cute.
And also, isn't it?
Any mature, self-respecting woman is not going to like fall for that.
I hope so, but it seems like, okay. Also, it's so fun to watch Paige wake up. I mean, we talked about this before, but just another episode of waking up to the realization that Craig is Craig, and like, it really does get to her. And at the same time, Amanda's being a good friend to Paige, but there has to be an inkling in Amanda Batula where it's like, ha, You had so much to say about me and Kyle, and now look at you.
Paige hates her life. She hates her fucking life right now. And you know what? Yeah, can't say I feel bad for her. She should have known. She knew who he was. And, she's in this situation. She has no one to blame but herself. But yeah, Craig is absolutely insufferable and seems like the most insufferable housemate. And honestly, during Southern Charm, I was so team like, Shep and Austin are so jealous of Craig because Craig has made his own money.
He cleaned it up. He cleaned up. Yeah.
Yeah. They're so jealous of him. And now I'm like, no, I think actually they had a point when they said that the money has gone to Craig's head and he's way too full of himself and he thinks he's too good for everyone. I'm like, actually, I'm seeing that now. They had a point.
And Austin, and by the way, Austin comes in for an apology tour and he's like peeing out the side window. And it's like, isn't it weird? It kind of seems like Austin's lost his superpowers. It's almost like he's he's coming off like a man of 5'8" in stature, not the 6'7" man he is. He all of a sudden reads short to me on screen because I feel like he's been humbled and he's eating humble pie a little too much. Like he's playing like, hey guys, I'm so, I feel like, are we going to see Austin make any Austin moves, or is it like good Austin here to say?
Yeah, he has like short dick energy now, for sure.
Short man energy. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like
short dick, short man. Yeah.
It would be funny if he did lose, like if he got a couple inches taken away from his height. Like God was like, you ruined you used your height for bad, for evil.
That would be actually such a good like horror movie. Where like tall men, it's like Shallow Hal, where and they're strapped down. They're like, no. And they wake up and
it's like Get Out, but it's just tall.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Moving on. Thank God we're out of this season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but Queens of Bravo is reporting, you guys. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is facing some cast changes. Diana and Crystal are on the chopping block. Producers are torn between bringing back Kathy and Lisa. Dorit might be demoted to a friend, and there's talk LVP and Brandy could return. No mention of Kyle, Sutton, Garcelle, and Erica. This is Queens of Bravo, who usually gets like really good inside information.
I believe that.
But I mean, there's so much vagueness in any of these rumors. I do know for a fact, though, that they have usually they start filming around November. They are pushing filming back to January. So that we know, because I feel like they're actually having a hard time. I feel like these ladies truly don't know where they stand with each other and aren't really psyched to be. I might be talking to somebody from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this week, and I'm very curious to know mentally where everybody is with everybody.
Yeah, no, that probably, I mean, a lot of people are like, what is going on? Like filming should have started by now. And it's like, no, that makes sense that, a lot of this is still up in the air because of lots and lots of backlash and off-screen drama this season.
No, I mean,
absolutely no Lisa Rinna. Like I can't.
I was on Heather McDonald's show and I didn't realize, like, I think she likes Lisa Rinna. And I was like saying like, no, like, don't you think she's like this about this? And I was like, no. Cause I just think she's like, it's like, you can't teach it. Like, we don't see anything new from Lisa Rinna. We're seeing the same thing. Like, I don't even believe in a redemption arc, which I want to talk to you about Jackson 1 second, but there just doesn't even seem to be room for a redemption arc with Lisa Rinna because I think there's truly a psychosis there.
No, I'm totally with you. I agree. It is the same thing every single season. There's nothing fresh. There's nothing interesting. It's not like I love to hate this villain. We hate to hate her.
But at the same time, it's amazing ratings. Like it really is, it ended being the #1 Housewives show. So by ratings, which is like money makes the world go round, why change the cast at all? But I do think there does need to be major cast changes. So it's like weird.
Okay. Ratings. Yes, I will give it that. But I think a lot of people, again, are just like frustrated by the current cast. And I think ratings could even go up if they got rid of some of the people that people hate.
At least get. Oh wait! Sophie, breaking
Erica?
news.
Wait, did you mention?
Wait! Breaking news! Ashley Darby pregnant with Luke Gulbransen's child. Breaking. No, I'm joking. No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to try to.
I hate you so much.
Breaking news. Okay.
I hate
Erica,
you.
today, somebody wrote on the Pretty Messes, Erica Jane's account, so disappointing to watch Kyle Richards not stand up to you three women and allow you to come between her and at Kathy Hilton. I've never felt so let down by the horrific behavior and to see Kyle doing absolutely nothing about it. Very, very sad. At Kathy Hilton, you are loved and wanted to by the fans, and we thank you for speaking. Kathy Hilton, since she was tagged in this comment twice, and we do know that Kathy is very active on her phone, she did the prayer hand emoji and the heart emoji. Yeah. And then the pretty mess, Erica goes, at Kathy Hilton, do not come to my page to criticize Kyle Richards. The season is over. Handle your family problems in person and not on social media. Fuck you. Like, you're like, I'm so sorry.
Stupid.
Dude, Kathy got tagged in a flipping comment. Of course she's gonna like, I mean, also your page is just you showing your butthole and your stupid horse hair.
Exactly. She got tagged. She's not the one. All she did was just like, she responded with an emoji. That's all she did. And Erica is one to talk about taking things off social media. Like, shut up. Yeah.
I mean, well, that's like the infuriating thing is like, Erica's like, the season's over. Let's get back to normal. Do not criticize Kyle. And I'm like, don't even play like Saint right now. Don't play like you. Like, that just pissed me off because I'm like, if you tag Kathy in something, Kathy is going to see it. Like, I'm talking about everybody out there. She sees everything, and I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just telling you she will see it. But Erica's not going to paint herself as a saint on the off season. I'm sorry, it's not on my watch.
Exactly, not on my watch. Not up in here.
Harry Styles, you guys, I'm going to blame this on Olivia Wilde. Harry Styles has not canceled a show in, like he said, like 14 years. He was doing a 15-night run at the Los Angeles Forum, and he had to cancel 3 shows, and he's never done this before, and he's heartbroken over this, but he has supposedly the flu or something. Did you hear about this?
No, but
I mean, But can we blame it on Olivia Wilde? I feel like we love to blame Olivia Wilde on things like, so this is obviously Olivia Wilde's fault that she got Harry Styles sick, and now he was not able to perform at the Forum for 3 shows.
Yeah, obviously. When in doubt, blame Olivia Wilde.
Yes. What, can I read a statement to you? Towards the end of the show on Wednesday, I started feeling ill, and I've been in bed with the flu ever since. I've been doing everything I can to be able to sing tonight, but I'm leaving the doctor now, and I'm devastated that it's just not possible. Until very recently, I haven't had to postpone a show due to illness in the 12 years I've been touring. I'm so sorry to do it, and if there was any way I could do the show, I would. I'm sorry the news is coming so close to showtime, but it was my sincerest hope to be able to play for you tonight. I know several of you have planned trips to LA to see the show, and it means the absolute world to me. The shows on November 5th, 6th, 7th will be postponed until January 26th, 27th, 29th. Everything else will play as planned. I can't wait to see you then, and I'm so sorry. All my love, H.
Oh, I love how he does type like a British person. He's like, I've been everything.
He sounds like PK, yeah.
I know, like PK. Well, I hope he gets better soon.
Me too. What did you get Kris Jenner for her birthday this year?
Oh, I just dressed up like her and like sent her a video, and she loved it.
So everybody for Kris Jenner's birthday, you guys dressed up as Kris. I mean, this has got to be Corey's wildest boner moment. Just like a bunch of Kris Jenners, you know, like seeing everybody dressed as.
Oh my God, Corey was definitely freaking out.
Oh, Corey was like, what? She's 67 years old, 67 years young. And everybody posted on social media, and there was a party where everybody dressed up. Like, there's this lady that I follow that follows me, Kim Douglas, that was on like Ellen DeGeneres. I guess she's friends with Kris Jenner. In her stories, she was posting from that party, and I was like, and she was dressed as, I'm like, oh my God, you're actual friends with Kris Jenner. That's wild. Did you?
Yeah, casual.
Well, I was like, whoa, these are like behind the scenes photos that I'm looking at. All of a sudden, I'm like, could you come on the show and talk about, I mean, I know she can't and won't, but I was like, wouldn't that be great to get a behind the scenes of what an actual Kris Jenner, like how drunk did Kris get? Did Corey try to get any like kind of threesome going with another Kris Jenner lookalike? And I mean, still just to this day, I want to know more about Corey. This across the board want to know. Did you watch the Kardashians this week? Because it was the Marilyn Monroe dress.
No, I haven't watched the Kardashians all season. I
And you
like
look better for it. You seem more healthy than you have in years. Yeah.
I seem healthier and happier. No,
Yeah.
I've been saying that I absolutely need to catch up, but I also have been hearing that the season isn't good. So it's just not on my priority list to like turn it on and
No,
you
but
know.
it's good in this weird way. Like I made my friend who I'm visiting right now watch it. He's never watched an episode, and just the extreme. It's like going from mansion to mansion to mansion to Italy to Dolce and Gabbana to mansion. And he just had his son's four-year-old birthday, and we did a Patreon episode. And they had True's 4-year-old birthday party, and he goes, "My party, we had Costco pizza. It was like a $50 budget." And True's birthday had to have at least cost $100,000.
Oh,
And
at least.
Kris Jenner comes into Khloe, like, how dare Kris Jenner? I'm sorry, Kris, but like goes, "Hey, I just got off the phone with Tristan. He said he wants to pay for True's birthday, and I think it's a really nice gesture." Why did Jenner encourage that screwed her daughters over to stay in there so closely in their lives? I don't get it.
Wait, sorry, it broke up again. The connection. The connection.
No, I just don't understand why Kris always tries to encourage Tristan to stay. Like, she goes, Tristan wants to pay for True's birthday party. And Khloe's like, "I have my own money, mom." And she's like, "It's a really nice gesture." And I'm like, why does Kris Jenner always encourage these bad men to stay in their lives? And like, why is she talking to Tristan on the phone at all?
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. They like have such an obsession with their baby daddies and like making sure they stay on like good terms. It's like, honestly, at this point, why would you even? This man has embarrassed your daughter over and over and over again. Like, you guys should want nothing to do with him.
It almost makes me think that like she hates Khloe. Like, I'm like, why do you hate your daughter this much?
I mean, she must. It's funny because Khloe's the one that like lives next to Kris now. Like, they built their mansions next to each other on the same plot of land, but it's like she does hate Khloe.
I mean, there is a weird, like, keeping tabs on Khloe and keeping her under her thumb. Like, I feel like Kris might be keeping Khloe down at this point and Kourtney, by the way, it's fun to watch because Kourtney's completely off the reservation. There was like another scene where her and Travis were close to like finger banging. It's like, I've never watched a scene with them where I've not felt uncomfortable. And I know they're fully in love and it's beautiful. No, like she's fully happy. I totally give them, but every scene I watch of them, I get visibly uncomfortable watching Travis and Kourtney together.
I did see a clip of them where he's like rubbing her and it like makes
that's every scene. So that's not just one clip. That's every time he's on the show.
Yeah, like makes me feel uncomfy.
And also, you're not going to see this, but they literally have a montage like a Rocky movie where Kim is trying to make weight for the Kim Kardashian dress. And it's one of the most ridiculous, like, I'm trying to like go there with her and go, okay, because she goes, "I've had this idea for America. Nothing more American than Marilyn Monroe. I'm going to try to get in this dress." And then we see her do every crazy, like she's just on the treadmill, like trying to drop 10 pounds. And this seems like a Teddy Mellencamp all in kind of scenario.
Doesn't she call herself like a shapeshifter?
She did. No, yeah. That's the exact thing she said. She goes, "People don't know this, but I'm a shapeshifter." And I was like, in our QAnon society, do not say you're a shapeshifter because people will literally say you're a lizard person. But like she said, "I'm trying to convince the people at Ripley's, believe it or not, that I can shapeshift my body into the Marilyn Monroe dress."
She's so embarrassing. She's like, "I'm a shapeshifter." Yeah, because you freaking got a rib removed. Like, hello.
My friend Evan was like, there's one scene where she's talking about Marilyn Monroe in this dress and how at that time period it was because it was like a nude color and it just made such a huge splash at JFK's birthday party. But she's doing this whole scene and her boobs are fully out. And I was like, this is hysterical, Kim talking. And I was like, another thing is, it's a good idea, but it's also an idea that Marilyn Monroe had. You copied Marilyn Monroe's idea and you're trying to co-opt that idea for yourself.
Right. Also, North's Halloween costume, she had Michael Jackson's like real hat that he wore. What video was it?
It was on TikTok. It was like for Beat It, I think.
Yeah.
It was on the TikTok.
And it still had Michael Jackson's like makeup on it. It's like nothing is sacred. Literally nothing is sacred.
I'm gonna I'm going to do facial surgery to try to fit into Michael Jackson's nose. Like, what do you, I mean, like, this is, it's so, and by the way, let's in the Kanye of it all. And I got to say props to you, Sophie. I got so many, the way you explained the Kanye situation a couple of weeks ago and the anti-Semitism that was shown and still shown. And like, I almost think like the North videos, like, cause Kanye freaks out when North's on TikTok. She's posted like 4 TikTok videos in the last day. And I'm like, are you trying to like rile? But Kanye's back on Twitter. He's off Instagram. Well, but at the same time, F him. Like he went from like his fortune went from like 1.7 billion to 400 million in the span of a week. But it's like, yeah, man, don't hate people. Like, I don't care if you keep saying it's all love. I'm sorry. I don't care.
It's so frustrating because we also have Kyrie Irving.
Oh, yeah, the basketball player, right?
He's an NBA player who promoted and I wrote about this in my Substack. He promoted, he really just posted it without context, meaning he definitely was promoting it to his millions of followers. It was a documentary that really is just like it's not really a documentary. It's propaganda for Black Hebrew Israelites, which is like a fringe group that believes that the current Jews are imposters.
Kanye's the real Jew, by the way. Kanye points out he's the real Jew.
You know what's funny? Every time like this, because these conversations pop up, like Deshaun Jackson in the NFL, he posted, it has a fake Hitler quote. So it's like they're posting these fake Hitler quotes and then wondering why Jews are upset about it. And so many people are like defending it. They're like, well, like, what's the issue? And I'm like, if you want to be a real Jew, go to synagogue. Go to synagogue, go to the 3-hour services that are so annoying, but you have to go because it's your cousin's bar mitzvah or it's a high holiday and just sit there for 3 hours having to stand up and sit back down. Or why don't you deal with the anti-Semitic attacks that have like taken over?
Well, that's what I got to say. I mean, I got to say, it's got to be like you as a Jewish woman, like once again, like, you know, we can joke and laugh about it, but there's got to be a part of you that this really scares and dismays and saddens, right? Like this is
terrifying. And I am lucky because I am a white Jewish woman who can totally assimilate. People will not automatically know that I'm Jewish based on my name or my appearances. That is not the case for, first of all, people with names like Goldstein or Cohen, Andy Cohen, or the Orthodox Jews in Brooklyn that walk around in full Orthodox garb. They're the ones that are really at risk. But yeah, it is terrifying because Jews are only, I'm sorry, I'm on my old computer and I don't know how to turn off like my notifications. So I'm sorry.
Right. No, it's all good.
I'm just like popular, but like, it's just, yeah, it's scary. We're only 2% of the population of the US or 0.2% of the population of the world. And it's like, why is everyone so obsessed?
Well, because like, you have the secret society. You're part of the Juminati.
Yeah, the secret. And I wrote that too. I was like, if there's like a secret underground, like cabal, like I wasn't invited.
Yeah. And by the way, that's what I was going to say, Sophie, like if you are, would you like promote the pod in the cabal? Like, would you, like,
I would do ads. I would do ads for the cabal.
Yeah. By the way, could you get the Juminati to do an ad on So Bad It's Good? That would be so cool for us. Could you, like, would you put in a good word?
It's also like, as someone also, I know that a lot of people are like, oh, we learn about the Holocaust so much in school. There are still so many people that it really doesn't seem like it. And there's still
saying we're going to let history repeat itself. It's like pop culture. I always say pop culture is like a flat circle. Like it's like everything repeats itself. And the same thing is scary because now I'm just seeing people like Kanye saying like the most hateful shit, but going all love you guys. And then Kanye will then go like to attack somebody like Drake again, or like, it'll just be bizarre. So like,
yeah. And also I've been to concentration camps. I have met so many Holocaust survivors. I've actually had part of my family tree annihilated in the Holocaust. So like, I feel like it is, if you're Jewish, it's personal for you. And it's like, you can call us whatever.
It should be.
Well,
it should be personal for you. You
can call us whatever slurs you want. You shouldn't, but it's like, it hurts more when you try to steal our identities because like, this is all that we have. In all of these centuries that Jews have been attacked and genocided and driven out of countries, like our identity is all we have. So it's like,
and that's why you are proud of it and you should be proud of it.
Yeah. So this fringe group that is trying to pretend that It's so offensive. It's so horrible. It obviously has anti-Semitic, not undertones, overtones when you're denying the Holocaust. This documentary denies the Holocaust happened. It says that Jews worship Satan. So yeah, it's not great. And yeah, you absolutely should get backlash for stuff like this. Absolutely.
And by the way, that's not canceling too. He's still able to go out and say in a free society what he wants to say, but don't be surprised when your billionaire status goes down to just 100 millionaires. Like, don't be surprised when things happen on result of your freedom of speech. That's the thing that I don't get. Nobody's
doesn't mean free of consequences or free of punishment. If the speech doesn't align with your employer, any of us could be in that position if we say something stupid and our employers are like iHeartMedia for you. My workplace, if you say something really bad that people are pissed off about,
I've gotten complaints. Yeah.
That happens to everyone. That happens to anyone that says something offensive. So it's like, no, they're not exempt. They're not exempt.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, no. I mean, I agree with everything. To try to put our rage onto somebody else, I'd like to really do a huge, and by the way, Sophie, you're a podcaster. Your podcast, So True with Sophie Ross, comes out every Tuesday. We have some competition because the best who's ever done it, Bethany Frankel, has put her hat in the ring, and she is now doing a Housewives rewatch podcast. Bethany Frankel can't just have skinny girl. She can't have makeup. She's got to now go into podcasting. Either you like the Housewives or you don't, Bethany. Pick a lane, but it's so lame that Bethany Frankel is doing a rewatch podcast. What do you think?
I love it's just like, yeah, like it's just, yep. It makes sense.
Of course, follow the money.
I love how Carol immediately was like down her throat about it.
Yeah, wait. This is the quote. She's okay. So Carol Radziwill, former friend of Bethany Frankel, goes, "Oh Lordy, how original." When a fan asked what she thought about Frankel's new rewatch podcast called Rewives. Radziwill added, but she did build her brand by trashing and mocking women, specifically the housewives, and Bethany always returns to what she does best. I mean, right out of the gate, she trash talks the other housewives podcast, LOL. Good luck to her. Some things will never change. So, I mean, I want Carol Radziwill back, first off. Like, I need her back on my screen immediately.
I'm here for it, for sure. Someone tweeted, they were like, Bethany gives like lead singer who leaves the band at the height of their fame, and then like it doesn't really pan out. Solo career doesn't pan out, so they spend the rest of their career like doing like cover songs of their old band.
Like Journey or something. It really is infuriating because I'm like, Bethany, like, and the thing where you cannot touch Bethany is her work she does on behalf of charities and her, crisis and tornado victims, like, they're amazing. But then she does these wild things where I'm like, you are wild. You have the same gene that the Kardashians do, where you need attention. Like, the money isn't enough. Like, she used to make fun of the housewives after being on the Housewives. Then don't come crawling back because you see that there's money to be made and your podcast, Be Real, wasn't doing well. Like, also, do you think Freddie Mellencamp is quaking in her boots? Do you think Freddie is like scared?
Freddie is like, we have the #1 news podcast. Like, she really does think she's Barbara Walters.
She does. She thinks that's what, and by the way, like, I like Tamara. Like, I mean, like, I appreciate Tamara, what she's done as a housewife, but Freddie Mellencamp, I'm sorry. Like, and Freddie unfortunately gets the backlash of, we just all kind of like, Freddie now is like a term of like a housewife that didn't really, that wants so desperately to still be in the housewives stratosphere, but never will potentially get closer than a podcast. She might be on a girls trip at one point, but I think Bethany's is going to be #1 and kick out the Twats podcast, the 2 T's in a Pod. Honestly, and then we're screwed too, Sophie. We're fine. I mean, we're screwed. We shouldn't even podcast anymore.
I know. It's like, is it even worth it? No, probably not.
I mean, we can't compete with Freddie. We can't compete with Bethany. Like, and then like Nick Viall, we can't compete with.
And then compete with Emrata.
Gretchen Rossi is just hiding in the corners waiting to do a podcast.
She's on deck.
Ramona, which brings me, as we start winding down here, you guys, it just goes way too fast. Can I tell you about one of the most bizarre nights I had last night and revolving Jax Taylor?
Please.
Jax Taylor, you guys, is Jax. If you're listening, what's up, buddy? He is on an apology tour, and you know the account app Blocked by Jax. Her name's
Yes.
Jennifer. She's really, I mean, so she was her account's name Blocked by Jax. So Jax unblocked Blocked by Jax, and so they follow each other. And she was on my podcast this week explaining that he'll respond to every one of her stories. He'll respond to he said, hey, why don't we watch the new season together? 2 Blocked by Jax. And I said, you got to do this. You got to take one for the team. So Janet Elizabeth, you guys, and Jared Lipscomb, who I love both dearly, they're really good friends with Jax and Brittany. So all of a sudden I'm in Ukiah with my buddy and his kids and my dog. And I've had some wine. And we just did a Patreon live and I was having a great time. All of a sudden I get these texts from Janet going, hey, Jax just unblocked you. Jax just unblocked you. Will you go live with Jax? Will you go live with Jax?
I'm scared.
And I'm like,
this is a setup. This is a setup.
I was no. Oh, Sophie, I got to send you my text. I go, well, can you make sure he doesn't beat me up? Cause I go, I don't need him to follow me. I don't, he goes, he just followed you. So she's texting me. And then he went live with Blocked by Jax, and Blocked by Jax and me were DMing during, after the live, but he was doing that old Jax Taylor of I love, I love everybody. And it's all good. And I told Janet very honestly, I said,
oh my God, I'm scared.
I said, listen, if I talk to Jax, which I really don't know if I want to do, I'm going to push him on things like him being an asshole about Ariana's mental health and sexuality. That shit pissed me off. I'm going to actually
will not be able to handle that.
But see, what would you Sophie? Would you have him on So True with Sophie Ross? Would you actually have him as a guest?
I don't think I'm still blocked by him. So it's not an option.
Hey, I can get you unblocked if you want. Real easy.
You do that for me?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I'll get you unblocked. One text and you're unblocked.
Okay. Let's talk offline about that. But yeah, if I had the opportunity, who am I to say no? Who am I kidding?
But see, I feel like I would have to tell him yo, man, I've made fun of you mercilessly by your behavior that you've shown on screen. I feel like I've made fun of what I've seen. So that's fair game. But I also how can you trust Jax Taylor? Can you ever trust Jax Taylor?
No.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just so, but imagine being a little.
You can't trust Jax Taylor for anything that comes out of his mouth to have any grain of honesty or truth to it. So it's what's the point of having him on a podcast? He's not going to be truthful, Well,
that's the thing. I was I'm so pro Sandoval and Ariana, but he says, because I said, Janet, I'm pro Sandoval. And she goes, he's buddies again with Sandoval. He's friends with him again. And I said, okay, but I'm going, I don't, this is so silly and it's so Jax Taylor, but just imagine being a little buzzed on a Saturday night and being asked to go live with Jax Taylor. It's just, that feels like we're in, this doesn't exist. We're not in a reality of real anymore.
That would be too much for me to handle, I think.
Oh, I couldn't have done it. I told you, I said, Janet, my mom's sick, my dog's sick. I can't do this right now. I'm trying to have a good, then we watched the Selena Gomez. Me and my buddy watched the Selena Gomez documentary, Just Broing Out, last night, which is all about her mental health. And it was it was not fun. It was really sad. And it made me really bummed out.
What's it on again? I need to watch it.
It's on Apple TV. And I do recommend it, but I really want to tell you guys, it's in black and white. It's very sad. It's she talks about her psychotic break in 2016. The documentary is called My Mind and Me, and it's her struggles with her mom, moving on from Justin Bieber. I mean, it also just shows somebody that's been raised as a child star, and you compare that with Aaron Carter. Selena Gomez is still doing really well. She comes out as bipolar, she takes her medication, but it made me really sad because it just still felt like such a lonely life. And this is pre-pandemic, so we didn't even get the fun stuff of Martin Short and Steve Martin coming in, because I love them together.
Right. Yeah, no, I need to watch it. It looks really sad. And also I saw that she was beefing with her one friend that donated a kidney.
Yeah.
She had just, last time I checked, I guess her friend had commented on some e-news posts where Selena in the documentary, they quoted Selena in the documentary saying that Taylor Swift is her only friend in the industry. And then the girl who donated her kidney was like, interesting. Even though it's like, I think she was talking about like people, I guess this girl is an actress technically, but she's not
Taylor Swift.
Not Taylor Swift. So it's like, I don't know. And then Selena responded and was like, sorry, I didn't list out like every single one of my friends. And it's like,
that's messy. And I feel like this is such a beautiful, it's such a beautiful documentary that I hate to mess it up with like these girls fighting at each other, because the whole thing like promotes mental health. I just thought it was really sad and probably the wrong thing to watch on a Saturday night with your buddy and his wife. Like, cause I was like, I just got really bummed out about it. Speaking of Taylor Swift, are you going to go to the Eras tour that is going on sale this week? Stadium, baby.
I don't think I'll be able to get tickets. I'm not going to be one of those people in a war room, you know? Like there are people that set up actual war rooms for this, and they, as they should, they
wait, explain what a war room is to the audience. Like what your idea is.
Multiple laptops open, like
to get tickets.
Yeah, to get tickets. Like you are like and you have like your alarm set. Like you are if I just remember, if I see something, I'll be like, I wonder if there are tickets, and they're probably going to be $9,000, but let me check anyway. Like I'm just not going to be that person that's going to get tickets, you know, because it's going to be a dogfight, everyone.
By the way, dude, screw voting on Tuesday. It's the Taylor Swift thing that's truly going to tear our country apart. These tickets are going to be gold.
Seriously, you guys. Seriously. So good luck.
Breaking news: Gigi Hadid has left Twitter, you guys. She says Twitter is a cesspool of hate and bigotry. And I'm like, yeah. And, you know, like, so,
no, we've been new.
But Elon Musk has taken over. And this is, I think, where I kind of we'll end it here, even though there's 30 more things to talk about. Because you are so not just active on Twitter, you are one of the people that's how I found you. Like, you were one of the good, like, where I love your Twitter. Like, I think it's like, you know, like, that's what I like about Twitter. But now, what is your take on this Elon Musk takeover? And are you going to pay for verification, even though you're already verified? Would you pay $8 a month?
No, absolutely not. I'm not paying for verification. I think that it's interesting that the important, quote unquote, important people that should be verified are the ones that are not going to want to pay for being verified. And then the people that do pay to be verified are going to be like the weirdo trolls that are paying
the incels.
Like it's a mess. It's going to be a mess. I thought it was so funny hearing that Elon Musk, it's not funny that people got laid off, but it is funny that I guess they laid off so many super important people that they literally can't function without. And they realized it.
They rehired. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they're like begging these people to come back. One of the features that Elon Musk was bragging about, aka long form tweets, he laid off the team that like built that feature. Like, oh my God, it just sounds like a mess. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I do love.
That's what I was gonna ask, because you are a great communicator on it. So I feel like I could leave Twitter. I just make fart jokes on there. I don't think they might make some people. Jokes, no, but like I'm saying, like I feel like I go to like you have a great blend of like humor. You'll retweet things that I want to see. So like you're one of the ones where are like, oh, this is actually a good person to follow.
I'm a curator. I'm a curator.
Well, yeah, you're like the Huffington Post.
I'm the Barbara Walters of Twitter.
But I'm saying like, are you so? Elon Musk just tweeted this today. Any name change at all will cause temporary loss of a verified checkmark. So, Sophie, you cannot change your name going forward.
I haven't been able to do that anyway. Oh no, I couldn't change my handle. You can change your name.
Oh my God, he deleted the tweet about fake accounts, about parody accounts. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh my God, yeah, that he was saying that.
Wait, no, it's here. Sorry. It says, going forward, any Twitter handles engaging in impersonation without clearly specifying parody will be permanently suspended.
Yeah, like, please shut up. Like, parody, like the first thing he tweeted when he first like bought Twitter was like, humor's gonna be back. And it's like, wait, but you're taking away parody from us?
He also has no sense of humor about himself. So
Yeah,
how would he have a sense of humor?
I like the tweet that was like, some people just have it when it comes to posting. Like, you are either a poster or you're not. And he does not have it as much as he tries.
And he won $44 billion, you guys. This is a $44 billion dare that he is now in. And he's got to find a way to make this profitable. But it really is interesting because it's a way that a lot of people get their news. It is like this, for as much hate is on there, it's really, I'm curious to see what he does with this. And it just feels like he's going to blow it. Like he's just going to make it so much. That's what it feels like in the first week.
Yeah,
Who knows?
It doesn't feel great. And yeah, it's like, it's the first app that I open. Like, as much as I hate that about myself, I'm not like a TikTok girly.
I'm an Instagram girly. That's how,
Instagram is like my number 2 after Twitter. Like Twitter feels like such an extension of my right hand, which sounds so embarrassing, but it's true. It's like, it's where I get my news. Like,
but it's also how you've been hired for jobs, Sophie. It's like you're respected within a Twitter community. Like that stuff is important. You guys, like even my Instagram account, it helps. Like it helps get.
uh-oh.
Like I'm fine.
Okay, wait, sorry, you froze for a second.
Oh yeah, sorry. I said if Twitter goes down, I've already accepted that it could go away and I would be fine. I just wonder about people that I actually like. Like, do we have a backup plan? Because I just use Twitter to tweet something stupid. I'll take a screenshot and then I'll put it over on Instagram, which is like cheating. Like, if Twitter goes down, how do I do that?
Maybe I'll start using Instagram for like my stupid thoughts that come into my brain instead of Twitter.
You're not stupid, but yeah, I mean, you gotta have backups. You gotta get your war room.
Yeah.
Who's coming up on So True? By the way, we've missed so many pop culture stories. I get it, you guys. We'll be talking again next week. It's all good, but this is just an hour to get you laughing. And who's coming up on So True this week?
I'm actually so excited about my guest this week. It's Allison Leiby. She is an amazing comedian who's actually great on Twitter. Also, she's a show writer. She's written for Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. She's tight with Alana Glazer from Broad City. She's just like a comedic genius in my mind. So
how'd you guys get along?
Great. We could have talked for like 5 hours.
You get nervous?
I told her, I was like, this is the only episode that I've ever been nervous for because I'm just like so obsessed with her. I actually listen to her podcast all the time and I just discovered it like a month ago. It's called Ruined. And it's her and her comedian friend, Hallie Kiefer, ruining a scary movie, like walking through the plot. So it's one person that watches the movie and then sums it up to Allison, who's scared of watching scary movies, but wants like I am. So yeah, that's coming out on Tuesday.
Okay, so Tuesday. So go subscribe because that'll show up in your feed immediately. Remember, we've got to teach ourselves how to actually consume podcasting because it's the Wild West out here. And we're competing with Bethany Frankel now. So we need all the help we can get. Emrata, yeah, well, what's Emrata's podcast about? Like, what is like being hot?
Her trying to be deep. I'm sorry. If you saw that clip that she posted on TikTok and Instagram, it was with Alex Cooper.
You said she's not the right thing of like feminism.
I said that I do have a lot of issues with her feminism, which I wrote about in my Substack. Go subscribe if you want to read that. But yeah, I think that a lot of it is like a lot of her feminism is like women contain multitudes.
So like true. She's right.
Like, I have sex in the morning and then I go read the news and then I have a smart conversation about the news with my friend and then I put on a slutty outfit. And it's like
you can do it all.
Yeah, it's like I think arguing that women can do all of those things is like anti-feminist because I thought that was already established. Like, why are you acting like we can only be? And I know for her, she's like, I'm so sexy that people don't take me seriously. But it's like, okay, try to relate to the average woman who already does all of these things. Like, shut up.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to be relatable when you're her because she's like super hot. So like she can only speak up for a certain, I would amount like women in general because her experience as a woman is so tied in with her looks and she knows that. So it's got to be interesting. Like, how does she relate to the common woman or like to my mom at this, my mom's in her 70s. Can my mom relate to Emrata,
She like doesn't. That's a lot of what I wrote.
What if your mom's like really into Emrata? Your mom's like, I love Emrata.
My mom will be like, who is that? Another Kardashian? I can't stand that. I can't stand that family. That's my mom.
Yeah, so we'll see. Also, we didn't even get to speak, but Mauricio's Netflix show premiered. Mauricio
Oh, yeah. Did
Mansky.
you watch it? I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it, but I heard it's like really like decent. Have you heard? I heard
Okay,
good things, so I'm like,
okay.
I'm gonna watch it. Also, I want to recommend to you, Sophie, and there's a documentary on Hulu called "God Forbid" by Billy Corben, who
Yes, I
directed
started
Cocaine
that.
Cowboys. It's about the evangelical scandal with the Falwells, and he was a cuck watching his wife F a 20-year-old pool boy. But it starts off there, and then it expands and gives you the history of evangelism in this
Love
country
it.
and how it politically ties in. And we're close to the election tomorrow, you guys. So I highly recommend this documentary, and I recommend getting out and vote. Have you voted yet, Soph?
I'm voting on Tuesday.
Okay, you got to make sure your boyfriend votes too.
Yes, yes. Yep. We're both going to be
do you tell your boyfriend who to vote for? Or do you guys have discussions about voting? Like, how does that work in a relationship?
We actually were having a deep discussion this weekend. I'm not going to say that we agree on everything politically. I think that, you're very lucky if you have a significant other that completely aligns on all of your political views. But we were having an actually deep discussion about it this weekend.
Like he can challenge you and you can challenge him.
Right. We were having, and I was explaining, obviously he knows women's rights are important, but I was explaining why this feels so significant and why we need to vote accordingly. It's like there are so many factors at play between women's rights and the economy right now that's in the shitter. So it's like people.
And you're one of those women. You're one of those women that believe that women should have health care, right? Like autonomy over their bodies.
Yeah, it's either that or like you're voting against women being human beings and having human rights. So it's like,
really, isn't it weird? Like we're kind of at the, and by the way, I just want to point out, and I'm going to talk more about politics after this, but there's a separation of church and state. Just remember that's what the forefathers, like I totally appreciate your belief in God and my own spirituality, but remember this country was separation of church and state. I hate to remind people.
Exactly. I shouldn't be forced to live as a Christian person.
Yeah, well, we know you're part of the Illuminati, so there's no way you'd ever.
Wait,
I think you could pass as a Scientologist. By the way, I think you could pass as a Mormon.
I have my cabal meeting actually, so
I gotta let you go. She's got to go to the Illuminati meeting. Please put a good word in for me because I feel like I'm Jewish passable. Like I feel like I have the curly hair. I have I make fun of myself all the time. I feel like I'm.
You should change your name to Ryan Rabinowitz.
Wait. Ryan Cohen, like, come on. I'm ready, like Leah McSweeney, to convert. So, Sophie, so true, Sophie Ross at substack.com. That link will be in the show description. And you guys have a great week, but just make sure you go out and vote, and we will talk to you again next week. Bye.
Yes, bye.